Neurons serve as the basis for our neurological function. It was once believed that neurons were only generated during our embryonic development, so when we are born, the neurons that we have are the only neurons that we have to work with. In fact, this served as the central dogma in neuroscience for decades, but in 1992, two scientists discovered neural stem cells in the brains of mice, which proved that the brain has regenerative properties after embryonic development. In this video, we will be exploring how neurogenesis works and how it ties in with neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. But first, we need to understand how stem cells work. Stem cells can divide to make more cells, which primarily serve to repair organ structures and injury. To explain this process, let's pretend that this Calico critter is our stem cell and this Calico critter is our differentiated cell. This cell is what actually provides work on the body. These stem cells will remain on standby until their environmental conditions signal them to divide into a differential cell. Factors that can divide a stem cell into a differential cell include signaling proteins and molecules, neighboring cell communication, and factors secreted by other cells. Stem cells can divide in three different combinations of daughter cells: 1, with both being stem cells; 2, a stem cell and a more differentiated cell; or 3, both more differentiated cells. In the brain, neural stem cells differentiate into neurons, which are the communication lines within the brain. Since our discovery of neural stem cells, scientists have found that neurons are formed in the subventricular zone, which migrate to the olfactory bulb. It has also been found in the hippocampus, amygdala, and hypothalamus, which are responsible for memory, processing emotions, and regulating bodily functions like body temperature. Neurostem cells allow the brain to regenerate neurons and build itself after embryonic development. So what can we do to increase neurogenesis ourselves? Regular exercise. Regular exercise has been shown to increase cell proliferation in the brain as well as cell maturation. These studies were done on mice who voluntarily exercise on a regular basis. Another study found that eating a balanced diet rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids as well as plants increased neurogenesis. On the contrary, a diet high in saturated fats and simple sugars can decrease neurogenesis. Overall, anything good for your body is good for your brain. This includes getting an adequate amount of rest, managing your stress, as well as having a social circle to interact with. Also, continually stimulating your brain with activities such as crocheting, reading, and playing chess are integral for our brain health, but not so much doom scrolling. So with knowing all of this information, how does this tie back into treating neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and even depression? There are many studies currently being conducted to see if injecting stem cells intravenously can induce neurogenesis in parts of the brain such as the hippocampus and basal ganglia to treat diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. But there are already solutions out there that help promote neurogenesis in cases such as depression. In some cases of depression, there is a stress-induced decrease in neurons, but thankfully, antidepressants are shown to increase neurogenesis and combat that. All in all, neurogenesis is still a relatively new finding in neuroscience. Although we have done studies on the brains of mice, we still do not have enough studies on the human brain. But still, this serves as a new foundation in neurological health and science, and hopefully, with more technological advancements and research, we'll be able to prevent and cure neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia in the future.